I'm your host, Shon Black. Throw it back. Today is TV Show Fridays. Now, I know I'm a little late. My bad. I was in the middle of congratulating a dear friend of mine on a promotion. No excuse, but sometimes when your people do well, you have to go in with them and congratulate them and make sure that they understand that you appreciate what's going on with them. And so that's where I was at. I was congratulating a dear friend of mine. What up? A dear friend of mine got a dope promotion today. So shout out to the homie. I won't, you know what I'm saying, mention, what, her name is or what promotion she got, but she got something really dope and I'm super proud of her, and that's what's up. Yo, so today, TV Show Friday, guys. TV show, have you been watching? Have you been watching, man? I have I was supposed to do a lot of watching today and I did not. And so we are going to talk about Bridgerton. Because Bridgerton, we need to know now that we have people who are supposed to be watching, have watched. Keita. She has watched, she is ready, she is focused. And I now can talk about and say the things that I want to say because you have been watching. You are now in the know. Okay, you are now in the know. And Keita, I appreciate you watching. But we have to talk about what's going on with Whistle Down. We need to know what Whistle Down was doing because, as you know, Lady Whistle Down is no longer Whistle Down. There's another Whistle Down. Now, apparently in the books, Whistle Down stays Whistle Down for a while, even after this situation happens. So Whistle Down stays Whistle Down for a minute, and she becomes and I don't know why my chat box isn't working. This really makes me sad. Um it makes me super sad. I don't know why that's not working. Um but anywho, we have Whistle Down not being Whistle Down now. What are your thoughts on who Whistle Down actually is? The new Whistle Down. Because we need to know who that person is immediately. Immediately. We need to know. We need to know who this Whistle Down is, man. Not only that, what happens with the mother? What happens with the mother of the lady who, what's her name? See, I forgot. I'm so flustered. I'm so happy about my homegirl getting the joint. I forgot her name. The chick that was on Lord have mercy, Jesus. I am all over the place today. I'm so sorry. But it's okay cause it's the podcast and this is what we do. Sometimes things just happen. Sometimes things just happen, man. And that's just what it is. So I just don't know. I can't even think. My brain is in here today. My brain isn't here today. Sorry, chat. The brain isn't here today. It's been going crazy. It's been a crazy day actually. Really, for real, for real. But I want to know what Penelope Bridgerton now. I want to know if she's writing the Whistle Down books. I don't want to know if old girl and son are going to still stay married. Um, I did not know. Okay, I did not know at the end of the show in the credits. That's when they showed the marriage of those two. I had no idea. I had no idea that that's the way it went down. I think so because I was watching this YouTube joint and I was like, man, I didn't see any of that. I didn't see when they got married at the end. I had to go back and watch that. Um, Also, the girl that the queen already knew who she was in the first place. I didn't know that. I did not know that the queen already know who she was. I did not know. I thought that the queen didn't know. But then when I watched the videos, that her mother supposedly is the chick in the portrait when I can't forget any of those names. Lil Chuck, what up? Guys, I am complete. I am so sorry that my chat bot isn't working. I don't know why it's not working. It should be and it's not, but whatever. I appreciate y'all in the mix. I wonder if I can I wonder if I can capture. Mm-mm. Oh, anyway, whatever. So I did not know that Whistle Down that the lady that was in the portrait was the girl's mom, and apparently the the guy who was her dad was messing around with the lady's maid that was in the queen's court when she was younger, and that's why the queen, when he she asked him if you were a part of that particular house, that the chick said yes, and she started laughing because she already knew who that chick was in the first place because her mom was her lady's maid. That joint is dope. That joint is dope. And that's why I love that particular show. That's why I mess with that particular show, man. That show is dope because they pushed all of that stuff so you don't really know who's who in the beginning, and then all of a sudden, bang, they hit you with the okie doke, like boom, and there it is. Also, um, what about the brother coming back? What's the role now for the lady? I haven't watched Marshalls. Now look, here's full disclosures on that. Let me finish this point real quick, and then I get into the whole Marshalls joint. Um, I haven't watched Marshall. I haven't watched. Okay, let me go back. Whistle Down. That joint is the brother, right? So the brother. So who takes over? Who takes over, and does he have a real role? Because if the brother is the one that's managing the estate, then that means that the brother is basically the head of the household. So he has the title. So does, and I know Colin and Penelope don't have no title because he's not the, is he the younger brother or the middle brother, right? And so the guy who's with the guy that's with the chick now, do they get some sort of a title? That would be something to watch. You know what I mean? And then they've already started shooting season 5. So season 5 is already in the mix. Had to get that out. That was crazy. I know my brain is like mush right now. I had so much stuff going on. My brain is like mush. I can't remember their names. I can't remember what they were doing. I can't remember none of that. Plus, my chat isn't working. I know if you're looking, you can't really. It's not on the screen. I don't know what the heck is happening. Um, but that be that as it may, Marshalls. Now let's switch because my brain can't talk about that anymore. Just I'm all over the place. Marshalls. I did not finish Yellowstone. I know. I know. I didn't finish Yellowstone. Now going back. Now what if something happens to the younger? But then they did have a son. But then the son wouldn't be technically wouldn't be in line for whatever what was going on until he got older. But then the mom, if the mom marries, does that guy take over the joint? You know what I mean? Because the mom, remember the mom was wanted to be with that other Lord, whatever his name was, and then she curbed him at the end. Like she was basically like, "Yo, I know we were supposed to do something, but I kind of want to do me, dog. I kind of want to do me." And he was like, and then where does that leave the sister? Because the sister's husband just died and she don't have and he don't have like they didn't have an heir. So then what happens to her estate? Because remember he was like some Scottish dude. Kilmartin. Remember his name is Mr. Kilmartin. Kilmartin died. He had a headache and he was gone. And so what happens to all of her bread? And the sister just bounced. And his sister just bounced. You know what I mean? So you gotta think about that too. Also, if the sister just bounces, does she take over the bread and leave you know kill Martin's wife? Does his wife then you know what I'm saying become destitute? And that's the girl's name. I've been trying to think of her name all night. Oh my god, her name is Sophie. Sophie. So you got that going on. Now then you got so now let's flip it back to Yellowstone. Yellowstone, you gotta start Keita, you gotta start Yellowstone from back in the beginning. You gotta watch 1886. And once you finish 1886, then you gotta watch 1920. Is it 1926? And then that got 2 seasons. And once you finish the 2 seasons of, so you do a season, I think the first, one season of 1886, then it flips to 2 seasons of 1880, to 1926, and then you start watching Yellowstone. And Yellowstone got 5 seasons. And I think I was in season 3 with Yellowstone, where the dude was trying to build like they tried to do a deal with the Indians on the reservation, and they were going to build that hotel joint. And I think the last episode was like Beth and they had beat Beth up, and then seeing her man came through, and they went crazy. Yellowstone is on Paramount, I think. Is it Paramount Plus? I think Paramount Plus is Yellowstone. Yellowstone is a Paramount Plus thing. I think Yellowstone is a Paramount Plus thing. You have to go on. You got to go to Paramount Plus to watch Yellowstone. But Yellowstone is that joint. And then I got to get back. I got to do Paradise because Paradise is crazy. Paradise is crazy. You know what I mean? But yeah, I couldn't remember anybody's name. Oh my gosh, my head is just all over the place today. My head is all over the place. You gotta forgive me. been a long week. And I wasn't going to do the pod. I was like, man, I'm not going to do it. I'm not gonna do it. But then I was like, man, you know what? I gotta do it. I got to. And so we just gonna have to go in. So what else are you guys watching right now? I mean, that's basically, you know what else I'm watching? And this is like totally off. I'm an anime guy, okay? I like anime. Anime is cool to me. I know some people don't like it, but whatever. Yo, and this is not one of those ones that are like super, filled with all kinds of action and all that. But son, Free Ren is my joint. I like Free Ren. Free Ren is what's up. Free Ren goes hard. And so I've been watching that. I heard that there's supposed to be a good episode of Free Ren coming on tonight. So this weekend I'll be watching Paradise. I'll be watching uh Yellowstone because I need to really catch it back up on it. Oh, and Landman. Are y'all watching Landman? Landman is that joint. I gotta watch The Pit. It's too much stuff going on. Landman was hard, son. Listen, the first season of Landman was crazy. I purposely did not watch the second season so I could binge all the way through. Cause Landman is that joint. Hands down. It's that joint. Word is born. Landman is what's up. And I love that. I love Landman. What? Landman gets it. Landman goes hard. You gotta love Landman, right? That dude Billy Bob Thornton is the man. He make you want to go sell oil. He makes you want to go leave your job right now and get into the oil business. I felt like I wanted to go into the oil business watching Landman. I found myself researching how to be a minerals distributor in Texas to get this land so I can drill for oil. Landman is that joint. And on top of that, if Shon Black was 21, 22 right now, I would go work on an oil rig because them dudes get that Brady Murphy. They get the Brady Murphy. These dudes, you ever see them joints on, I think it's TikTok? We're on TikTok. They be going in and they be like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I work for da 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 da. And you know what I'm saying? They fly to like one of those oil joints out in the ocean. They fly to that joint. They stay on that joint for 2 weeks, and then they fly back and they get like 12. They get like 12,000 for what? They got gyms. They got movie theaters. They got little places like cafeterias with the buffet style eating, and you work on the platform in the middle of the ocean, getting like 12 to 15,000 every 2 weeks. It's like 30,000 a month or something, but you work 2 weeks on and 2 weeks off. So for 2 weeks you're on the rig, and then you get on the helicopter. They fly you back. You get on a plane, go back to your crib, and you chill for 2 weeks. What? If I was 20, if I was single black, 20, no gray hair, zero gray hair, nothing. I was on the oil rig, dog. If I was single, I was in Texas in the oil joint. Dudes is making like 150, $175,000 a year, bro. drilling oil. Now, from what I understand, it's super dangerous. It's dangerous to be an oil man. But that's why you don't want to do the oil boy, that landman. All he does is go and makes the deal. Like, yo, son, we trying to get the mini. That's his job. He doesn't really lock it down and go in there, and Billy Bob don't be doing none of that. See, Billy Bob just be moving and shaking. That's what I need to do. I need to move and I need to shake. That's what Shon Black needs to do. That's what I need to do, dog. That's what I need to do. So, Landman, dope show. If you haven't watched that, you need to go out there and watch Landman. Billy Bob is the dude. His wife gets on my nerves in the show, but I think she's just like somebody that they had to throw in the joint. But the way that they move in that joint is crazy. Landman is the joint. Also, Yellowstone, if you haven't been watching, and I did hear about Marshalls. I heard it's like a spinoff to that, which is crazy. Um, what else am I watching? Like, there's just so much stuff out there right now that you could be watching. Let's see, what else am I watching? I don't know. You know what I'm waiting for to come out? Um, I want, I want, what's the Lioness? I'm waiting for Lioness to come out. When does that come back on? I need season 2 or season 3. I need season 3, right? Because season 2 ended with the chick that came back from season 1, and she came back on. They put her back on. I need season 3 of Lioness. See, you know when a show is good because it makes you want to do the stuff that you didn't do when you was young. You Lioness, oh son, work. You want to work for the CIA now? You want to go on an op? Lioness made you want to go on an op. You know what I'm saying? You felt like you wanted to put on Kevlar and night vision goggles. Right there. Night vision. I wanted to put those on when I was watching Lioness. I wanted to be a part of the Ready team. Got my bag. Going on the op. I can't tell you where I'm at. I missed my calling. I missed it. Huh? I should have been doing that. So I think that's a great show. A lot of good shows that are out right now. The ones that are the best are the ones that make you feel like you missed something. Like, dang son, if I was a little bit younger, I'd have did that. Those are the great shows. Those are the ones that make you feel something. Like Lost made you feel back in the day, or 24 made you feel. I've told you this before in previous podcasts, that 24, Jack Bauer would made you feel like you could have worked for a government agency doing covert ops. This is the way Lioness makes you feel. This is the way Game of Thrones makes you feel. All of that. And mind you, Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon will be back in June. We'll get a real Game of Thrones, not that trash that R.R. Martin threw out. We won't get any more of that garbage. I hope they don't even do a second season of that. That joint was garbage. Garbage. Okay? Joint is garbage. We need to get back to the point where you know what's wrong with, and this is just a rant, okay? I'm just gonna rant for a second. You know what's wrong with movies and TV shows today? Now, you do have good ones that we were just talking about, that the writing is excellent, the cast are excellent, the people who play them excellent. You feel and know, and you feel like you're doing something, and you're like, dang son, this is excellent. But majority of the stuff that comes out is garbage. Like my man Anton says Garbricio. And the reason why is because kids, the people who are doing the movies and the writing for the movies right now, those people are in situ. Those people are, what's the words I want to use? Those people don't have any imagination. It's no imagination. Everything is a rewrite, a redo, a do-over, a mulligan. It's a mulligan. We're getting mulligans now. And you're like, dang, bro, what the heck is going on? Let's get a mulligan, son. These dudes. But what it really is, bro, is that people don't have any imagination. They don't have no imagination. They not saying nothing, not doing nothing. It's nothing. So now you stuck with some of these shows that are trash can records. Trash. Can't get it done entertainment. You be like, dang son, the show started off really good and then it fell off. Of course it did. Let's see, F1 series on Netflix was good. Okay, yeah. You know what? I wanted to see that because I'm a fan of F1. I like F1. I like racing. I like all that kind of stuff. Now I think tonight I'm gonna keep it kind of short because a lot of stuff. I'm having a lot of technicals, so we'll keep it kind of short tonight. But homework time. I need more in the chat. I need more. I need to see more of what you guys are watching, man. I need to be inspired. We said Night of the 17th was really good. Absolutely not. I'll give you this. They had one good episode in Night of the Seven Kingdoms. And that joint was when the actual combat started. And I'm not one of those guys that looks at TV and says it's only about action because I'm a drama guy. I like dramas. That's why I like Whistle Down. That's why I like all of those shows like The Tudors and all that. I love dramas. Man, matter of fact, one of the best drama that you could ever watch, but it's in Turkish, in my opinion, is Magnificent Century. You can go on YouTube and watch it. They have it subbed, but it's one of the best. Knights of the Seven Kingdoms was disappointing, and here's the reason why. You took too long to build the story. R. Martin, I respect your books. I respect some Game of Thrones masterpiece, even though the last season was cheeks. I have not watched that. I have not watched that. Welcome to Derry. I haven't watched that. If you could drop me a link, I definitely will start it. But here's the rub. The Knights of the Seven Kingdoms was good, and I love good story, but it took too long to develop. And then on top of that, you only gave us like 6 episodes. Like you played all the way into my face. You took my face and you played in it. 6 episodes. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. And so I want you. I need like I need meat and potato. Like build the story, man. Martin, you've built so much great stuff. But I think we know what it really is: the success of Game of Thrones, the success of House of the Dragon, and then he's got some other joint he's partnering with. I just think he threw out a feeler, like, let's just throw this out. Let's just throw this out. This is good. That's what I think. He just did it just to do it because he could, because he's R. Martin. He could do whatever he wants. So, and they gonna give him. They're gonna give him the leeway to do what he wants. Now, here's something interesting that just touched into my brain. What is going to happen with DC and I know this is kind of this is way off to the on the other end, but this just touched my brain because we were talking about you have will Zack Snyder retake DC if Netflix buys the DC universe? What up? What up? I see you over there on YouTube. What's happening? If DC takes if they take over the DC universe, does Zack Snyder take that and go back to where he properly belongs? Or they keep that dude gun in there? That's what I want to know. Will that happen? I know it's off topic what we were talking about. What up, Dez? Dez is in the building. Keita's in the building. Chuck is in the building. The fly Puerto Rican, I don't know where she's at. I got new listeners and new watchers on YouTube. Welcome into the stream. But does Gunn take it? I don't think Gunn takes it. I wouldn't keep Gunn. That last Superman was garbage. Garbage. What up, y'all? What up? Sorry about the chat, man. I can't get the chat on the screen, man. I gotta go back and redo it. Somehow I don't know why what's going on, man. But we talked about Bridgerton, we talked about, for those of y'all that just came in, we talked about Bridgerton, we talked about Yellowstone, we talked about Paradise just a little bit. And we're talking about Game of Thrones. And no, they don't. He doesn't own the rights to it. What happened with James Gunn is Zack Snyder was the guy who was doing all of the DC Universe stuff. So Aquaman, Wonder Woman, Superman, all of that. He did all of those. So that's why you got Jason Momoa. That's why you got Gal Gadot. That's why you get that. I mean, hands down, Gal Gadot is Wonder Woman. Sorry, she just is. Jason Momoa is Aquaman. You feel something with Jason Momoa is Aquaman, right? Henry Cavill is Superman. Let's stop playing these games. We're playing games now. Then comes James, then Zack Snyder. I guess they let him go from that joint, and they give James Gunn control. And he says, you know what? I want to go back to the time when Superman was funny. He was doing this and he was doing that. And he puts out this garbage that you see now. You know what I mean? And the rest is history, man. The rest is history. I am totally like done with DC. They have pissed me all the way off. I don't even know why they are acting like that. You know what I'm saying? They pissed me all the way off. I'm like, what the heck is happening? Oh, look what I did, guys. I found the chat box. I found a way to put the chat box in there, man. I've been, because I want y'all to be in there and be able to see what was going on, and I had to figure out an alternative way to get the chat box in there. It doesn't look like the other one, but it's just going to work for the time being, okay? Um, so yeah, I don't know. I don't know. James Gunn, he's just the worst. He's the absolute worst. What else? else? Who else is? What are we talking about? Yo, Paradise was that joint. Has it? So have you guys caught up? Did you? Any of you watch the first season of Paradise? I know I'm all over the place, but I see y'all in the chat talking about it. Paradise was that joint. I mean, just the thought of it was good. Just the thought of it is good. The idea that chick. What was the lady's name? The chick that's taking that took over the compound. What was her name? She pisses me off. She's one of those chicks like Anna Lucia. You know, like Anna Lucia from Lost. If you've ever watched Lost, Anna Lucia made you so mad, at least me, that if I saw Michelle Rodriguez, Michelle Rodriguez, if I saw Michelle Rodriguez in real life, you gotta do that. That's how bad it is. She used to just get on my daggone nerves. She used to get on my nerves, and that's how the chick from Paradise is that's running the compound. I want her, especially the last season. The last season, she was just, oh. Oh, you see him back there. You see him right there, girl. I be out there. You gotta get the night vision joints. I told everybody. I watched a few TV shows and I felt like an operator. I wanted to operate. Maybe I'll do a podcast with the vest on and the goggles on and the helmet and the whole get up. What up, Brittany is in the building. I just realized who that was. Do you need a lollipop? Miss Brittany needs a lollipop. If there is an emoji of a lollipop, put it into the chat for Miss Brittany. Welcome Miss Brittany to the chat. Welcome her to the live. I'm glad that you are here, Miss Brittany. What are you watching? Give me your 5 favorite shows. Give me your 5 favorite shows. That's right. She needs a lollipop. The General is in the building. What up, General? General, I need you over here on the Facebook joint. I know you be doing the YouTube, and I appreciate you over there on YouTube, but we need you in the chat. Oh my goodness. Yo, what are you watching, Miss Brittany? She said she's done. Don't go, girl. Don't go, girl. Oh my goodness. Yo, that is funny. That's right. All the Facebook people, thanks to Dez inviting all these people into the chat. Thanks all of you guys over there on the deck on YouTube for coming in. Bro, we be having a good time on the pod, man. We be having a great time. The pod is cool. We just be doing our thing. And we just be doing it just because. You know what I'm saying? Talk about movies, talk about TV shows, talk about this, talk about that. This is where everyday talk happens. Everyday talk happens right here. the fly Puerto Rican finally brought herself into the chat. That's right, fly Puerto Rican. You'll order food so we can watch TV shows, won't you? Yeah, you will. Yeah, you will. Said the House of Dragons, Stranger Things, Night Agent. Yo, listen. Now tell me the Night Agent ain't the dope joint. The Night Agent is cool. So in the second season of the Night Agent, when they went over there to get the family, and the brother wound up getting banged out because he wanted to stay loyal. Son, that joint was crazy, man. The Night Agent is crazy. Know what I mean? That's right. You got to start tipping. I got a tip. Watch the Shon Black Podcast. Y'all are too funny. But the Night Agent is dope. That's another one that I didn't get a chance to finish the. I didn't. Well, did I finish the second season? I got up to the part where the dude went into. They were trying to get the lady her family out, and the brother, whatever happened to him, and then they found out that she had took the documents from the joint. Yeah, that joint is crazy. And there's another show that's like the Night Agent, but it has to deal with all of that espionage stuff. Is a movie? It's a show on Apple TV, and I think they only did a season or two of that. That joint is good. Called Tehran. That joint was dope. Tehran was a good show. As a matter of fact, what I'm going to do now is open up and give you this Apple TV joint, this lineup on Apple TV, because there's another good show that was on there that it really didn't last, but it didn't matter because the show was dope with Jacob. Because I'm loud. Because I'm loud. Ho ho ho! The general is on screen now. Do you see the general on screen? Welcome to the general. The general is in the chat. His turtleneck, his V-neck is long. Did she say Rich is the night agent? That's crazy. Rich is the night agent. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. Um, so let's see what we got going on. So there's Tehran that's on the thing. Oh, what's the joint on Apple TV that the people go into the job and they don't remember until they come back out the job. So like one half of them is at the job working, and one half doesn't know what the other half was doing. Oh, what was that joint called? That joint was crazy. So see, Tehran has 3 seasons. I'm looking at. Then you got the joint called Hijack with Idris Alba. They said now my V-neck appears. Oh snap, that's hilarious. F1, that's on there. We talked about that. I cannot remember what the name. Like my brain is just cooked today. Oh, Invasion. That's a good one. It's got 3 seasons. It's an alien joint. If you like aliens, that's what's up. Yo, 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 that's my man from Japan. What's happening, bro? You got Chief of War. That was a good one about the history of Hawaii, and Jason Momoa's on there. Son, if you haven't watched Chief of War. Now I haven't finished the whole joint, but that joint is hard. about the Hawaiians and how the Hawaiians got taken over. Son, that joint is what's up. Chief of War is great. Foundation. The Foundation, if you like sci-fi, Foundation is that show too. Foundation is about the planet being like like hundreds of thousands of years later, that everybody was, you know what I'm saying, they've colonized like entire solar systems and all that, and they have one supreme leader, and his name is Empire. And every cycle, so they have Empire is Brother Day, no, Brother Dawn, Brother Day. I want to say Evening, but that is not his name. And yeah, that is a show, man. Empire is deep, and the way they're doing that joint is, yeah. You need to watch Empire. Empire is good, and this is all Apple TV stuff. And I'm fully caught up on Empire because Empire is that crack. Let's see, what else am I looking at? And you can see Severance. Severance. 2 seasons of Severance, where you go to work. Your work person doesn't know what your everyday person is. So you like if I got up, I go to work, and as soon as I enter the building, I cut. I hit the parking lot. I'm a whole different person. It's me, but that person doesn't know what it's like to be home, and your brain is like split in half. That joint is crazy. Severance is crazy. It's a good show. Should watch Severance. That's what I was looking for. What else is another one? I'm just running through some shows, and this is the reason why I can't watch everything. Yo, I be watching so much crazy. The V-neck, the general's V-neck is in the building. I am glad the general is on screen and his V-neck is large and it's in charge. Okay. And those of you who don't know, the general has been with the podcast since COVID. So we started this podcast, but it was called something else. And the general has been here with us and all that time. And he used to come on and he'd be wearing a V-neck. And his V-neck, and it would come all the way down, and so we would have the air horn, and we'd be like, "The general's V-neck is in the building." And so now the general is still here. Said, "Can Bree have some of the big art?" She can have it if she wants it. What else? Oh, another Jason Momoa joint where he was blind. There's 3 seasons. It's called C. That joint, the acting in that joint is absolutely off the chain. Cause I like a good story. I love a good story. When I watch TV, I love the good story. And that joint with Jason Momoa. Jason Momoa is a decent actor. I don't think he's one of the best, but he's a decent actor. He's not a DiCaprio. He's not a Pitt, but he's a decent actor. There are people out there that give you decent performances, and you believe that they're those people. That's why Wonder Woman can only be Gal Gadot. Superman can only be Henry Cavill, and Aquaman is, you know what I'm saying, Jason Momoa. It's just like Wolverine can only be Hugh Jackman. These things make sense. These things make all of the sense in the world. Um, and you know what? I hope that they continue. There's another show that I hope that they continue, and that's Halo. Halo was dope. I don't give two craps about this the keeping it original to the story because Master Chief never took off his helmet. Nobody cares, dog. I'm so tired of you purists. Now, don't get me wrong. There are some things that I want to keep pure. Halo ain't one of them. You know what I mean? Halo is not one of them. Keep to the let Halo develop. It was going in a great direction and you did it dirty. And then Netflix bought it. But here's the question. Will Netflix take Halo and do something with it? I hope they do because it is a shame what happened to Halo. I was excited for Halo. Halo started off good, and it was one of those joints too. It's hard to take like a video game that has like alien creatures in it and make it into something else, if you get my drift, right? So to get it to look the same as as the video game and the TV show is very hard. Sometimes people take those things and they make them over dramatize like the monsters and how they look and all that kind of stuff. With that Halo joint, the people from the Covenant looked exactly the way that they were supposed to look. And that is rare. And that's what made Halo good. It wasn't because Halo was like this super well acted joint. It wasn't. It was because everything looked like the video game was supposed to look. Shout out to whoever shot that and the costume designers and the makeup people and all of those people. That joint was dope. It was dope. It was dope. You know what I'm saying? Dang, did I go over time? I did. I went over time. Hey, Shon Black went over time. I'm so sorry that I did that. Um, I usually only stay on for about 40 to 45 minutes, but the conversation just got good. Uh, he said, "Go watch Baki." I didn't even see that. Shout out to the homie in Japan. Shout out to him, man, for coming into the. He's over there on Twitch. You know what I'm saying? He's one of the guys. He said he would come in and watch. He comes on the joint. It's really cool that he came through. Shout out to Miss Brittany. She was here in the building. She said she was gonna come and check it out, and I appreciate it over there. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate I don't even know how to say that now. Miss Logs, I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody that came in over there on uh, YouTube. The General, Fly Puerto Rican, Desi, you know what I'm saying? Little Chuck, Keita, everybody that came in, man, you guys make the joint special and worth it. Please like, subscribe, and all of that kind of stuff. You know what to do. Monday we will be back 7:30 as always. Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. My motto also is take care of yourself and others, cause it's just not about you. It's about all of us. Keep watching dope TV shows. I think next Friday I'm gonna have people call in because I do have the number. You can call in and then we can discuss it live and direct. And if you always want to appear on the Shon Black Podcast, just send me a email or inbox me and I will put your face right there in the screen with the chat and we can talk back and forth. You know what I'm saying? I am out of here. Have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy your Saturday. It's supposed to be nice and warm. Let's hope the sun comes out. Like always, we do. Peace.